I've wanted to do this video for ages, but it's just one of those things that's like, you know, I've seen it, a lot of people have done it, and I don't know, it can be quite disappointing, I think, because you always assume that everyone's probably had more done than they actually have. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you think, oh, she's had nothing done, but fuck me, she's full of shit. I don't know. I need to stop swearing. So yeah, today's video is a what I've had done video, and it's a tag that's going around on YouTube, and I thought I'd do it because I do get questions sent through all the time. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that sometimes I take you to like an aesthetic practitioner, and he does some stuff with my face, and you always have so many questions about it. So I thought I would do a video to basically sum up the types of aesthetic beauty treatments I do have or have had in the past, or maybe want to get in the future. So yeah, let's get into it. So let's start with the top of my head, which is my hair. As you can see, I'm blonde, really blonde, and being blonde is a full-time job. I get half a head of highlights all over, slices and quite fine ones throughout. Naturally, my hair is actually very dark blonde. It might possibly be a light brown now, but I don't want to say that because I want to be blonde for real. But yeah, no, I like a really fresh blonde hair colour. I get it done at Andrew Jose, and I see Rebecca or Evelina for colour, and they are absolutely fantastic. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm in the salon for 4 hours every time I go, because it is a really lengthy process being blonde. Being this blonde anyway. The regrowth is quite striking. I do have to get it done maybe every 2-3 months, but what I'll do is I'll go in for a half head, and then I'll go back and I'll get like a T-section just to see me through for like another 2 months, and then I'll go back and have the half. But a lot of people ask me about where I get my hair colour done, and the reason it looks really like, if you don't see that, like it's kind of like broken up, but it's very light, and people often ask me like, how do you achieve such blonde hair with just highlights? And the secret is they do like a break the base technique, where they take a toner after they've done the highlights, and they add a tiny bit of peroxide bleach into the toner, and then they paint it on over my hair. And what that does is basically makes my natural colour lift a few shades. So when the highlights are done and it gets blown out, it actually looks all over more like Swedish Scandi blonde, rather than just like highlights on my dark blonde hair, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it is quite a lengthy process. As a blogger, I do get invited to places to try other colour services, but I always go back to Andrew Jose at number 1 Charlotte Street. They are just incredible with colour. But that's not all that I do to my hair. I've got something new that I've started doing, and I have actually got hair extensions, believe it or not. I know it doesn't really look like I do because I don't have really long hair, and it's not super thick either, but that's because I've only got about 6 in my head right now. Now, hair extensions, love them, hate them. I actually hated them for so many years because at uni I had them like back to back. I had wefts and weaves, and then I had like individual glue bonds, and I ended up absolutely fucking up my hair. It was like falling out, like I had bald patches. It just really wasn't good. From that day on, I swore I would never ever have extensions again. But that is until I've discovered great lengths tape extensions, which I think are fairly new. I've only had them for like a couple of months, but I'll show you what they look like. That is an extension tape. So it's like an inch thick of extension. That's 6 weeks of regrowth there, so it was put in 6 weeks ago. And as you can see, I get like a slightly rooted version, so it's a little bit darker at the top there, because that's because obviously my roots grow in, so it makes it a little bit more like blended in. So I have 2 of these here and 1 of them there, and it just basically fills out the front. I've got quite fine hair, and I've got some layers at the front here, which I really don't like. So they kind of like just fill it out a little bit. And then also it gives me that really nice like blunt cut finish, which I really like. And my hair's not thick enough to give me that really full blunt edge. So yeah, that's why I get them. And on top of that, there's no damage, which I know sounds like a massive claim, but because it's like quite a wide piece and it has a lot of hair in, like it like is held on by a lot of hair, there's not like a lot of tension going on around the root area, which is so good. The only drawback with great length extensions tapes is you do need to get them changed every 6 to 8 weeks, but you can reuse the hair up to 3 times, and application isn't too expensive. So I'll leave a link below as to like salons around the UK that does do them if you wanted to look into it. But yeah, I absolutely love them. It's not full on at all. It's just like, just to give my hair a little extra oomph. Okay, so next up is brows. I actually don't do anything to my brows. People ask me what my brow routine is, and it's very, very minimal. At the most, I probably get them tinted dark brown about 4 times a year, maybe 5 times a year. I like to go to Blink Brow Bar to get them done, and when I'm there I will also get a lash tint as well. That's it really. I don't actually pluck them, I don't wax them, I don't do anything, like none of that, because my brows are really naturally quite arched. Which means they're super low maintenance, but if anything I wish they were bigger. So I'm actually looking into microblading right now. If you guys have tried someone in like the southern England area or London, please leave your recommendations below, because I am looking into getting that done. I would like to try microblading because I've seen the results and it looks so good and natural on so many people, but I'm a bit like cautious as to who I'm going to go with. So if you do have recommendations, please leave them below. And then also on the lashes, and I get this before holiday, I will have LVL, which is a lash lift. It's basically straightening, chemical straightening of the lashes and then manipulating them using little shield molds to like get them to stand more curled. This is so effective. If like me, you're not like a crazy mascara freak or you don't like extensions or anything like that, then this is a really good option for summer. It means you don't need to wear mascara. It's amazing for holidays as well, and I think it lasts about 6 weeks or until the lashes like naturally fall out and replace themselves. I can't recommend this treatment enough. It really is brilliant. So moving on to the rest of my face, where to begin? I'm gonna begin with the lips, because I think I do get questions a lot about my lips. Are they real? So I did actually get my lips done back in December 2017, so 7 months ago now. I didn't get a lot in. I got half a mil, 0.5 of a mil. I think the norm is 0.5 or up to a mil. I think any more is a bit excessive. That's just my opinion. And I didn't need a lot. It was basically, what we did was we worked along the border line here. I wanted to like define the outer edges. So he did a lot around here and then like some around here, but I wanted to keep the natural shape of my lips because I do quite like it. Like I've got a nice little cupid's bow, which I quite like. So I wanted to keep the natural. I just wanted to like have a little bit more definition. They say that it lasts, you know, between 6 to 9 months or like maybe almost a year. So I'm kind of at the end of my treatment, but if I'm completely honest, I still see the results now. I think the way he did it, it wasn't very surface, it was quite deep down, and I think the way he did it means that it's lasted a lot longer, which is great. I really liked the results at the time. Looking back on pictures now, they were a little bit bigger when I had them done, obviously, but I'm still really happy with the way they look, and I don't really feel the need to get them done again unless they really, really do sink. Super happy with the results, and I've had a lot of stories about people getting their lips done and all the different products out there. There are a lot on the market. Everyone that I've spoken to says that Juvederm is the best. It's almost like really soft honey, so it looks a lot more natural and not like that hard sort of like firm, swollen look that a lot of people's lips can get when they use different products like Restylane and stuff. So yeah, that's my lips. And then I've been seeing a guy called Sebastiano of the BELLEZZA clinic. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen me at his clinic a few times. I go for like all different things. Like I really love his approach to beauty. Like it's very as natural as it can be when it comes to like changing your face. And we've been working together for a few months, and I'm always keen to hear about new things that he's trying with. He's also a biologist as well, so he's got a real like biology like approach to aesthetics. It's not like fakery, like natural is always better. He actually used a technique on me using biofiller, and that was to do my under eye area, because I've always had like quite deep groove sort of troughs around here, and it's completely inherited. It's my genetics. My dad has them, my aunties have them, and there's nothing you can do about it except fill them. Like no amount of eye cream or eye serum will change if you have the grooves. And I just always felt like I looked a little bit tired. People would ask me if I was tired all the time. Makeup, I always wanted the makeup to sit a little bit more flawless on my skin, so I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna look into getting my eye bags filled. So I went to this guy and we were talking about it, and he was like, we don't need to use like synthetic filler. I can basically take the blood from your arm, I can put it in this little like whizzy chamber thing. I wish I knew what the real word for it was. Don't know. Like whizzy chamber, what it does is it separates the plasma from the blood. And then with this plasma, when you see the plasma, it's like yellow in color, like quite gooey. Like it looks a little bit like pus, I'm not gonna lie. It's like thick, but it's made from my own blood. and then what he does is he extracts the plasma, and then it's in a syringe, and then using that blood plasma, that yellow gunk, if you will, you can then fill areas and create definition and contours using this product, and it's amazing. I love it. Now, disclaimer, it doesn't last as long as synthetic fillers. So if you did want to get something done and you wanted the results to last longer, then synthetic filler will always last longer. But by using this bio filler, which is essentially your own body's product, I feel like it's safer, it's more natural. Your body, there's no chance of rejection. Your body, like, it's basically you just injecting your own body back into your body, if you know what I mean. I love the results. I think they're great. I've had it done twice now, and they lasted about 4 months. And what's really amazing about it is it's a lot cheaper than using a synthetic filler, because obviously it comes from your body. And I know a lot of doctors out there, when they do like fillers and stuff, they'll charge per area. But what Sebastiano does is he'll take the syringe and you just use the syringe until it's done. So for example, I had this filled. You can also have your nasal labials filled. Like, you can put it in, I know a lot of people are liking this sort of like fake nose job, like non-invasive nose job thing. Like, you can create a more pointed tip, or you can fill in like bumps and grooves in your nose with it. It's literally amazing. It's an amazing technique, and he does it so well. He's such a genius. I couldn't recommend it enough. So bio filler under the eye area. And then another thing we did recently was, I've always had a problem with sort of jaw definition, and again, it's totally inherited. No matter how much weight I lose or how much my body shape changes, I always have like a little pocket of fat here. And I've seen it, like, I obviously take a lot of pictures with my job, and sometimes I catch myself and I'm like, oh no, that's like, oh. And I know that's so dumb, because like most people have it, but it's just an area of my face that I've always been a little bit insecure about. So I asked him the other day, I was like, oh, you know, I'm thinking about maybe getting some Lipo Dissolve around that area, and he was like, I've got just the thing for you. He does this treatment which is vitamin C, like Lipo Dissolve, basically. What it does is you basically inject pure vitamin C into any areas of fat that you want to dissolve, because vitamin C in its purest form eats fat. He did about 12 injections all around here and then 2 here. What happens is you get really like swollen up, and you look like 2 stone heavier than you actually are. But then within 12 hours, all of that swelling goes down, and then over the back course of a week, you'll start to see some results. But most people need within 2 to 3 sessions to actually make a real noticeable difference. So I had it done. There's definitely a difference there, and I really do like the results. I probably would go for another session just to get a little bit of extra done there. And obviously the younger you are, the better it is, because your skin just snaps back because you've got all of that elasticity. If you are older and you have like already loose skin in the area, then it's I'm not sure if it's going to be an amazing technique for fat dissolving, because it could, I don't know, I'm guessing now, but it could maybe make your skin look a little bit looser. I can confidently say that I really, really do like the technique, and it is something I would do again, but hopefully I won't have to, because once the fat's gone, the fat's gone. Yeah, so that's sort of the facial area. Body treatments, I don't really do much with my body. I work out quite a lot, and I try to mind what I eat. I've never had any sort of like sculpting or fat loss treatments ever. I do get spray tans now and again if I'm going away or I need one for an event. My favourite is Tan Luxe or Vita Liberata. Nails wise, I like to keep it pretty natural. I don't get acrylics on my nails. I find them annoying and long and get in the way of my life. And also I know how much it damages the nail bed, and I actually have quite fragile, like weak nails. So basically I usually keep them about this length, like quite short, and I just put different colours on. I paint them myself. I don't even get shellac, because I've even noticed that gel nails like wreck my nails. So yeah, just really basic. I like to keep it super, super simple. In terms of other beauty treatments, I like to get facials now and again. I love a BELLEZZA facial. One of my favourite facials in the world is Natura Bise. They've got them at the, I think it's the Conrad Hotel. I'll link it below where I get my Natura Bise facials, because I fucking love them. They're so good. So I've not had any cosmetic surgery done. This isn't something I turn my nose up at in the future. I think, you know, whatever makes you feel better about yourself, then, you know, go for it. That's my opinion. Never say never, I guess. Like, obviously when you're a woman and you have babies, like your body can change quite drastically. So I'd probably wait until I had all the children that I want to have before I looked into getting any like actual cosmetic surgery done on like my breasts or whatever. Yeah, so yeah, no cosmetic surgery. So that's it. I just wanted to share with you guys what I do in terms of beauty treatments and aesthetic procedures. Like anyone, I have hang-ups about the way I look and how I feel. You know, I've got areas that I don't like or I like more than others. And I just think, you know, do what makes you happy at the end of the day. We're so like lucky to live in a world where medical procedures have advanced so much that, you know, I'm not saying this is a good thing, but you know, today in our society, like going to get your lips done by a trained medical professional is almost as normal these days as going and getting your highlights done. It's weird, but it's just where we are. So it's just best to stay knowledgeable about what's safe and what's not. Never do anything that you don't feel comfortable with. And these temporary treatments, they're always better than, you know, actually going under the knife, I always think. I'll link everything I've mentioned in the box below if you're interested in looking up the places I go to get my beauty treatments done. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment if you've enjoyed it and give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and let me know if you like more of these videos. I can talk to camera a lot more. It doesn't always have to be about beauty and fashion and products and all of that. So yeah, catch up with you really soon. Bye guys.